So greetings, it's Mike from livemyassoff.com. I wanted to check in from here, my house, and give a little bit of an update on the Boracay Bag thing that we're doing. I'm still very excited about it. I still think it's an excellent product. I still think it's great that we're going to be able to source them in a country that absolutely has the abilities and the skills of those huge factories that produce these sorts of bags in mass in China. But I think we're going to be able to do it in the Philippines and sell it on fulfillment by Lazada in the Philippines. And then I also think we're going to be able to take that model and sell the bags in Thailand on fulfillment by Lazada Thailand, as well as Vietnam. And that is very exciting to me. What's not so exciting to me is that I thought, okay, well, we're going to start this out in the Philippines, where many people, and certainly ones that I would think would be business owners that produce products for traditionally tourists, wouldn't necessarily have learned English early on in life, but there's a pretty good chance that they would have. And there's also a pretty good chance that they speak English regularly as part of their business when they do business with tourists. So we found this guy who was going to make bags for us. And in my mind, and again, this is me learning about a different culture and how to do business in different countries. In my mind, I think to myself, here, wait, I'll show you the bag. I think to myself, okay, when I say I want straps sewn on like a backpack straps, sewn on top and bottom. And now, mind you, the guy that we're asking to make these bags made this bag. And he's like, no, these are too much, these are too expensive. I'm going to make the kind that everybody else makes, which is with the plastic clips, and they can tear off. And these things are amazing, and they're incredibly durable, and they're going to last forever. And he doesn't make them right. So, so we try a test run of 10 of them, and all 10 are basically wrong. Now, he's got our logo on it, the Boracay Bag logo on it, which is great, but they're wrong. So we're like, all right, fine, whatever, dude. You did these wrong, and we told you what to do. Now, here's your second chance to do it right. And we want a price on these that's reasonable, and you're not going to overcharge us, and we want the straps that are sewn on and all this, just like the bag that you sold Mike when he was in Boracay for 200 pesos because you wanted to get rid of it because you don't make these anymore. These are the ones we want. So, and I'm following up on this because I also made a video a week or two ago, I guess, or maybe a week ago, yeah, a week or less than 2 weeks ago, when I was in Fort Lauderdale, and I heard from Gracie, and we had an update on the bags, and I was like, great, I'll get home from Florida, and then a few more days will go by, we'll get these done, and then we'll be able to test them out, and then we'll just more. And that didn't happen, so now we have approximately 20 bags. And I may or may not put these in the background and like kind of give you pictures of them to show you what's been made and what's been. I mean, they're not bad bags. I mean, they don't have holes in them. I mean, they're still waterproof. They're still dry bags. They still have the, the signature sort of fold, the signature seal, if you will. So, now we're sadly at the point where we don't believe we can trust this guy to make the bags that we want. Because it's one thing for him to screw up like the first batch, let's say, because as part of, test runs that you do with manufacturers, right? I mean, the first sort of part of it is like, look, can this guy even follow directions? Can this gal even follow directions? Whatever. Which he couldn't. And it's like, okay, well, yes, but the quality's there, so let's try it again. And no, he just can't follow simple directions. He wavers on the price. He doesn't have the... See, this seems real simple to me. When I say to myself, okay, manufacturer, I will buy 100 of these at X amount, but if I buy 1,000, the cost per unit will be less than X, right? No. And then he discovers that that boyfriend is, you know, American from California. So then the price goes up, and I'm like, okay, dude, this is like where we start labeling you as not having integrity from the part of the world where I'm in. But, you know, the easiest thing to do for a business person is to simply vote with your wallet. And so this guy will make a total of, I think, 19 bags for us. And that will and he will never make any more. Because we just bought all 19 that he had. He couldn't even make another 10 for some reason. He like get 9. Regardless, we've got 19 bags that we basically need to destroy. And so I'll share with you why we're doing that. Because what I don't want is I don't want to have bags out there that have an incorrect logo on it, meaning that they have the Boracay Bag logo on it, but they're not Boracay bags. The Boracay Bag, as I designed it, is one that has very sturdy, very well engineered, very well manufactured straps that are going to last a long time. You could literally hold up a baby with this thing, or even maybe a baby cow or a baby carabao, with, you know, relative to the Philippines. Kind of keep it local. And you know, there's a part of me that's like, look, dude, if I fell overboard and I could like just basically, you know, put air in this thing, could I possibly use it as a life preserver? I don't know. I'm not saying it is, and I'm not going to go through the process of making sure that it is so that I don't get sued for non-life preserver. But the point is that this guy can't make the correct bags for us. So we need to find someone who can. Now, as you might guess, the thing that pops into my mind is, okay, fine, I'll get them made in China. And, you know, that's not the easiest thing in the world. So this is like, yeah, so it's not completely airtight. But regardless, we're going to be making the Boracay bags, and I promise we'll be able to get them to you. It just may take a little longer, because what I don't want to do is I don't just want to go on, I mean, I do want to just go on to Alibaba.com and say, okay, give me 400 of these for 90 cents each, you know, kind of thing. And then, of course, put them in a shipping container and get over here so that the end cost ends up being the same cost that we're paying this, we're trying to pay a manufacturer in the Philippines to make these. So, anyway, it's one of those deals where every experience is a learning experience. Absolutely. You learn how to negotiate. You learn how to clarify. I know the first time I was doing business in Mexico, the first meeting we had a meeting and we agreed on what we're going to do and we're going to move forward, okay, and this is going to happen. And then they called another meeting, the guys that I was working with, and I said, okay, great. So I came in and I said, okay, you're going to give me an update. We went over exactly the same stuff as before, and I'm like kind of sitting there just nodding my head. And after like 3 or 4 sort of items were agreed upon, I'm like, I really wanted to say, guys, what the hell is your problem? Like, we agreed on all of this like 2 weeks ago. Like, I want to know why this isn't done yet. And then I realized at our third meeting, when we revisited those topics that still weren't complete, that this is simply the way that some forms of business are done in Mexico, or at least in another culture. It doesn't have to be Mexico. I've done business in Spain, and they're different than Mexico. They're similar to Mexico. They're different than the U.S. Everybody's different than the U.S. With the exception of the Germans. The Germans, you can literally say, hello, my name is Mike. I want you to make bags. Here are my credit card numbers. I want 117 bags. I want them delivered to this address at 5:17 p.m. I want each one to cost this amount. I want 1 blue, 7 green, 13 orange. And within minutes, the Germans will have that process solidified. They will respond with a contract that has precisely everything in there that you need. And at 5:14 p.m., if that's the time you agreed on it, those bags will be delivered to your dock. And it's amazing. But, you know, they also make mistakes just like we do, right? Anyway, so just wanted to give you an update. BoracayBag.com is coming to a store near you, I promise. Coming to a website near you. And I'll definitely update you when we have some more product. But we've got 20 right now that you can test out. But they're not the right straps. In fact, I should give them to people so they can test out the straps. And what I would submit is they will soon realize, okay, these suck. It like falls off. If there's any tension, it'll break. If it gets too cold or if it gets too hot, it could mold and stuff. And it's like, oh my God, this is the reason why we want the sewn-in ones. We want the fully vulcanized, rubberized material in the back. So anyway, I swear, it's coming. So anyways, that's an update on Boracay Bag. From Coronado, California, it's Mike saying, I hope you're living the dream. Because if you're not living the dream, then you're probably getting your bags made in the Philippines. Ciao.